welcome to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. And ladies and gentlemen, you can hear that right in this room right now. You are stoked. I am stoked because today the U.S. played Iran in the World Cup. It was win or go home, and we won, baby! Wait, sorry. It's soccer. I forgot. Hold on one second. Woo! It was a tense and thrilling match with Captain America, Christian Pulisic, getting the cross, and boom! USA scores! Biggie goal, Biggie fry! Now, with this win, the U.S. team is moving on to the round of 16, where this Saturday they will face off against the Netherlands. Oh, we can take the Dutch. We can take the Dutch. I assume they play in clogs. President Biden got the good news after a speaking event in Michigan, and Joe was so pumped, he got back up on the stage to share the news.
U.S. 1, Iran 0, game over. USA. That's a big game, man. When I spoke to the coach and the players, I said, you can do this. They went, they did it. God love them.
Heck yeah, God love you, you did it. Pop Joe's so proud of you kids. I got a whole tray of orange slices in the trunk of my Buick. Hop in. We're going to Pizza Hut, come on. You know, I almost met Pele once. So, U.S. men move on, which is great news for U.S. soccer fans. They get to stay in Qatar and enjoy all the magic, the mascots, the national anthems, and of course, the "we will jail you if you kiss" cam. Moving on to less important contests, the midterms. Yes, they're still grinding on because yesterday, a Republican-controlled county in Arizona refused to certify the 2022 election and missed the state's deadline for filing results on Monday. Okay, that's not good. But to be fair, who makes a deadline on the Monday after Thanksgiving? The only thing anyone should be doing that day is Googling how long is turkey good in the fridge and then ignoring the answer. 4 days, really? That's for amateurs, okay? It's good until you can smell it with the refrigerator door closed. And then you make a tangy soup. The state has sued these supervisors to make them do their jobs, but if that does not work, and this is true, all the votes in those Republican-majority counties will be excluded, and as a result, a U.S. House seat and a state schools chief would flip from Republican to a Democrat. Oh, you darling dummies. I'm surprised you love the Second Amendment so much because you keep shooting yourself in the foot. Of course, no story about ignoring the will of the voters and flirting with autocracy is complete without former President Mountain Douche. The ex-pres, he's not happy that his pick for Arizona governor lost, so yesterday he wrote, Carrie Lake should be installed as governor of Arizona. First of all, no, she shouldn't. She lost. Second, installed? She's not an HVAC system. Although I understand the confusion, she always looks like she's photographed through an air filter. But maybe, old President Crazy Pants is just saying that to get everyone to stop talking about his recent dinner with Ye and white nationalist Holocaust denier Nick Fuentes. See, he ate dinner with both of those creeps. It's his most upsetting meal since every other meal. This dinner has been the last straw for many loyal Republicans, including the former vice president who came dangerously close to saying something negative about his old boss.
President Trump was wrong to give a white nationalist, an anti-Semite, and a Holocaust denier a seat at the table. With that being said, as I point out in the book as well, I don't believe Donald Trump is an anti-Semite. I don't believe he's a racist or a bigot.
He can't be a racist. He also wanted to kill me, a person lacking all color. I am a manila envelope taped to a beige wall. Pence wasn't the only Republican trying to distance himself from the former president. Louisiana Senator Bill Cassidy tweeted, "The former president hosting racist anti-Semites for dinner encourages other racist anti-Semites. These attitudes are immoral and should not be entertained. This is not the Republican Party." Counterpoint, yes, it is. I'll send you some links. Okay, this next portion of tonight's monologue, is this the part? Okay, this contains a small confession. Every night, we do a pretty long monologue out here. I think it's the longest monologue any of the late night guys do, 13, 14 minutes some nights. But sometimes we generate more monologue than we need for that night's show, so we just push it to the next day. Usually none's the wiser, saves us a little work tomorrow, but occasionally it bites us in the ass. And tonight is one such tush nibbler. Because you might remember, the really big story yesterday was the protests in China in response to China's zero COVID policy. A stark contrast to America's policy, everybody gets COVID. And this isn't just people upset when they're politely asked to wear a mask in a Kroger. China's COVID rules are extreme. Businesses and schools are closed, even if only a handful of cases are found. Lockdowns last until no new infections are reported. And as of just a few weeks ago, about a quarter of the population was under some form of lockdown. People were also getting locked down at work. Last month, Foxconn workers tried to flee a factory lockdown where there were horror stories about food shortages. And just last week, those same workers rioted because they weren't paid what they were promised for being forced to work during the lockdown. That is terrible. I can't believe that Foxconn factory had those conditions. What do they make at that factory? Let me just search for that real quick. Siri, search for a phone that doesn't make me sad. Point is, I was going to talk about all that stuff last night, but we were a little tight on time, so we said, we'll just do it tomorrow. Those protests are the biggest since Tiananmen Square. It's not going away. Then this morning, it all went away. Because overnight, the Chinese government cracked down hard on the protests, with police patrolling the streets, checking cell phones, and even calling some demonstrators to warn them against a repeat. That is horrible. Authoritarian regimes, come on, it's 2022. Just text. Over the weekend, Beijing tried to bury information about the protests, in part by using their army of Twitter bots to spam the service with links to escort services and other adult offerings. One user said their social media feed was 50% porn, 50% protests. Okay. Go ahead, clap. It does make me wonder what Chinese government-approved porn would look like. Hello, I'm a plumber, here to lay some pipe. Thanks to the bold leadership of President Xi, all the infrastructure of China is in perfect working order. Good day, comrade. Good day, patriot woman. Now that is a happy ending. For the people. Staying overseas. I got off. Does it for me. Hi, Paul. Staying overseas, there's news from across the pond, and it's that two people from across the pond are crossing the pond. I'm talking about the Prince and Princess of Wales, William and Kate, seen here looking ridiculous. Tomorrow, Old England will head to New England, where Boston is excited for a royal visit from William and Kate. Yes, in the words of a famous monarchy-loving Bostonian, the British are coming. Yippee! The trip is William and Kate's first time in the U.S. in 8 years. It's such a big deal, royal staffers are calling it their Super Bowl. Wow, they are really pandering to the Americans. This voyage is our Super Bowl, our Toyota-thon, our Nathan's hot dog eating contest. And so we raise our big gulps brimming with Diet Cola and ranch dressing, Tom Hanks. Upon their arrival, the Prince and Princess will be greeted by Mayor Michelle Wu and Caroline Kennedy. And of course, Boston's royal couple, Mark Wahlberg in The Departed and Mark Wahlberg in Ted. We got a great show for you tonight. My guests are Sally Field and journalist Maria Ressa. But when we come back, another installment of my tech segment, Cyborgasm. Stick around.